I know we're at Comicon to do security, but would it be okay if we also promoted our movie, Dreamworks Penguins of Madagascar, in theaters this Thanksgiving?
You want to promote our movie, Dreamworks Penguins of Madagascar, in theaters this Thanksgiving? Cool! Promoting Dreamworks Penguins of Madagascar in theaters this Thanksgiving. We go!
Roger that. But what do I do with all this promotional swag?
Put it in the hands of every single human in San Diego.
Okay. I think the only part I'm having trouble with is the idea that Comicon would need security. What do you call it? Nice. All right. The Ultimate Penguin Photobomb app is incredibly easy to use. With this app, you can make a penguin's photobomb any photo you have or take. Here are some examples. Do we have some examples? Hold on. Did you own the cat? You own the cat! Alright, okay. It's very easy to do. Apparently, I'm sorry for this infomercial. It's just something I do spontaneously from time to time. Step one is when you download the app from iTunes or Google Play or whatever illegal method you nerds know about that I don't. And what you do is you use the app to take a photo. Apparently we have pulled a person from the audience out of the Q&A line. Is it started the Q&A line? Has it started? Where is it? It hasn't started yet? Oh, it's over there. Alright, we're going to pull someone out of the Q&A line and show you how easy it is to use. Oh, there he is. Hi. Hi, guy from the Q&A line. What's your name, sir?
My name is Mike.
Hey, Mike. Alright, we'll take a photo of you. Once you've taken the photograph, well done, Mike, and congratulations. You'll never sleep again. And what we'll do is now we add the penguin. You take the photo and you add the penguin back. Can you do that with the app? Has that been done? Has anyone done that? Or no? I think I just did. Right, once you take the photo, you add the photobombing penguin. To the final step, you decide to send the photo to the North Wind using hashtag penguin protection. Which has nothing to do with prophylactic. I thank you, those of you that wanted me to be a little bit smuttier this morning. Or you can send the photo to Dave, Dave the Octopus, of course, using hashtag penguins for Dave. Alright, and every 2 weeks you can win prizes. From the North Wind or from Dave. I don't know what the prizes are. I think Dreamworks give you your own movie. I think that's what they give you. Or if you're an actor, you get to be in the movie without Jeffrey checking you out. Alright, cast continues discussion spontaneously. Cast members taking questions from the audience. Alright, this is the big Comicon thing, of course. We take questions from the audience. Panel here are available to your questions. We're set up over here. Before we begin, one last warning. Any questions about Sherlock, Comicon is pants. Or perhaps it's fine. I don't know. Alright, do we have a first question, please? Identify yourself.
My name is William. I just want to say thank you, John and Benedict, for coming to San Diego. Benedict, my friend would absolutely faint to ask you directly, so that's why I'm here.
Okay.
We just want to know, for Penguins of Madagascar and other voiceover roles, what's the process that you go through to convey so much emotion into the movie from the cold sound booth?
It's sheer hell. You have to go undercover for a long time. I worked in Yellowstone Park as a book for a while. I was was accepted into the back quite quickly. Got a bit hairy when, no pun intended, when I became the alpha male. That's happened. And then about a month into it, I realised that two of the other Wills were Christian Bale and Daniel Day-Lewis. So, you know, it was fun. The hardest thing is getting on Wolf, actually. You know, going to the bathroom, that's a new education, and eating habits are a little bit awkward. And don't put any kidneys in front of me. But apart from that, it's great fun. I mean, in all seriousness, you know, you throw yourself around a little bit. It's not like motion capture. It's not like the sort of full body experience that is. But yeah, there are only certain things you can actually make a voice do without moving. So at times I was imagining things hitting me whilst holding onto a plane. Plots of words, I don't know. Yeah, that just takes you arsing about being a bit of a wally and having no inhibitions whatsoever, which I appear to have none of. But no, I did. I enjoyed it. It was great fun. Thank you for the question.
Well, there you are then. Let me just say, before we continue, that the first 10 people in line are going to receive who are asking questions, are receiving a secret Skipper thumb drive. Some of the material we see today has been loaded onto those thumb drives, and Dreamworks would like you to start pushing it out. Perhaps that was just the secret. Forget I said that. All right, your next question, please.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Jada.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from Georgia, but I've lived here in...
Okay, not the whole thing, just now.
My question is for Benedict.
Surprisingly.
Sorry, I can ask you a question.
Yes, it's fine.
Okay, what is the thing that attracted you most to Classified's character, to make you want to bring this character alive?
To work with the Penguins, really. I mean, you know, the whole kind of Bond pastiche that he is. This guy who's got all the professionalism, he's got all the tools, he's got a team, he's got this kind of slick operation, and yet it's sometimes only goes skin deep, so he's completely, there's a nice vulnerability to it, and he has to learn to abandon planning and embrace just running at the proper level like the Penguins do. And I like that idea. I like the idea of unpacking a spy and trying to make him a little bit more human. If that makes any sense when you're playing a wolf. But yeah, it was that really, and also just the pedigree of the studio's work. They make me laugh. They make the kids that I've seen the films with laugh. So I thought I'd try and give it a go myself. And I've never done this kind of work. I've never done a narration for an animation before. I mean, voice for an animation before. So all of that, and this one here, I heard about his cast, and that got me very excited. And the Penguins themselves, I mean, they're just winning characters. So yeah, all those reasons.
We have someone else in line.
Hi, I'm Madeline Greenblatt. I'm from Texas, and I teach 3rd grade, and all of my kids love all the NASCAR movies, all of books and everything, and it influences their lives. And I want to know what characters, books as a child did that for you, and how you bring it to straight the whole panel.
Let's see, who began this process? Who began the Penguins of Madagascar, I guess? You were right there at the beginning, like that.
I'd like Benedict to answer this.
We'll get to him. What influenced you as a child? It's a fair question. What made you laugh at me?
Well, I was born in the 60s, so I think,
TV. Oh, right, yeah.
was the books of the 60s.
Right. So what TV shows did you watch?
Well, I think, Star Trek.
Oh, there's a risk at Comicon.
I think, there was always these groups, I think, from SWAT to the 18, Star Trek, the Penguins are a bit of an amalgam of all these shows. And they took the best of international characters, brought them together into a kind of a underdog group that saw nothing as impossible, and that's really who the Penguins are. And they are just a combination of all these, whether it be Stalag 17 or the Dirty Dozen or Spock and Kirk. It's trying to get the best of all these characters that come together And what's great about the Penguins, they're these huge personalities in this tiny package. And that's the inspiration.
What about you, John? I imagine you're just slightly off the beaten track in terms of the childhood influence.
I actually have quite eclectic taste, and I like anything, a huge number of things, but only if they star the Haley Mills.
Never disappoint you, John. Never.
And I also was a huge fan of Leave It to Beaver. So those were my two big cultural.
Yeah, no, I can see now. It makes perfect sense. What about you? What kind of lit your torch when you were a kid for entertainment?
The Hobbit actually did. That was the first book my dad had read to me, so that was in my head as an imaginary space when I was a kid going to sleep. And I don't know how healthy that is, but it turned out all right. And that was a wonderful influence. And spawned my interest in the written word, like the power to create those imaginary worlds. Beyond that, television-wise, all sorts of things. I mean, I was a kid in the 80s, so, you know, the 80s, Werewolf, Manimal, all those kind of Knight Rider, and then Gentlemen, too, because I shared the name. Egotistic age. It was, yeah, so a fair old mixture. But yes, I grew up with two actors, so stories abounded, probably stories, adult stories I shouldn't be hearing. I shouldn't have been hearing at the age I heard them, but also, you know, they were very good at creating worlds and characters.
Right, yeah.
Imagine them.
That's very nice. Yes, thank you very much. What a lovely question. Thank you, David from Texas. Next, Dave. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Marissa. Firstly, I want to say hi, Craig.
Hi.
My dad and I watch your show every night. Totally love you. And then, okay, I'm going to try not to cry. Benedict, you're...
Yes, I'll try not to cry too.
We'll all try together.
So I'm studying media in London right now, and my question was, you know, you said you're new to voice acting, and I was wondering what new techniques you needed to bring to the table versus like stage or screen acting.
I mean, I've done a bit of radio, so that's probably the most helpful medium to have impression. And the book reads, and that's very hard. Actually, the hardest thing, the most useful thing, is to do an adaptation of a book, because you are the book, you're the narrative voice, but you're also all the individual characterizations. So that, you really do get that ego trip of playing all the parts. And with that, you have to imagine a lot of the scenarios, and this is a great team of writers and directors and artists who can lead you through step by step to give you a very firm idea of how to contextualize any moment, but you still have to take a little leap yourself to get there. But it's not like doing a book. That's the hardest thing I'd say I have ever done vocally. So with their help, their scripts, their genius, it's kind of a walk in the park, and you just get to end up. Improvisation is very important. So being able to be free with an idea, push an idea, go too far, come back, do the full circle thing you do in rehearsals. You know, good idea at the beginning, awful ideas for the rest of it, coming back to the same good idea or right idea. That process is really important. Not to be frightened of experimenting. Where are you studying media?
St. Mary's University in Twickenham.
Oh, nice part of the world, yeah, very good. How's it going?
Really, really good.
Really good. Well, the Sherlock studios aren't far from that. Did you know? Oh, that's a Sherlock, right?
That's it, Comicon's cancelled, that's it. Did you do any work with other actors? Either one of you, or did you?
No, which, I mean, I was really gutted about that, because I was really looking forward to working with the Penguins and John, and my team. I've not met a single one of my team, so it's really bizarre. And that's almost the hardest thing. You don't have the usual camaraderie which you do in most other mediums, but I didn't really for Smaug, because I was in a room, I was doing motion capture. Martin was in England, and would be the size of a fleck of dust on the carpet if he had been there. It would be pretty difficult to imagine him as that. And so I had a great actor reading off lines, like I did every single session with recording this. Yeah, you don't build that chemistry, you don't build that thing, and then you're not, So improvising against brilliant writers in the studio somewhere, listening, watching, and these are my two first audience, all of our first audience. If you make them laugh, you know you're somewhere in the right ballpark, and you just keep going.
Do you ever feel slightly intimidated when you're improvising? Because the fact that these guys have written the script, they really want you to say their words, but you really want to say other words, which I think may possibly be better. Hit a nerve, gentlemen?
No, that's not fair. I always read their lines first.
No, of course, but I think that, I feel that because I've done the same type of thing, and when you work with people who have written the script, I sometimes feel a little awkward about, futzing with it when, they've been doing it. When it's just a director who didn't write it, I'm like, what the hell, that's how I go with this,
I think in theatre, originating theatre, the text is paramount.
You have to understand.
I'm always very respectful of that, and then I will go into John.
Well, also growing up in the theater, you really didn't touch a text. And I didn't start doing it at all in movies, meaning making any changes to the text, until finally I realized at a certain point in time, when I was asked to do a project, I would say, yes, that's very nice, but, and it's a very nice structure, and it's a fantastic idea, and none of the characters in any way exhibit any kind of human behavior or dialogue that's at all recognizable. Is there any plan afoot to change that fact on the ground? And they would always say, we're doing it.
You magnificent bastard.
And then eventually I just started doing it myself. But with this one, it's quite complicated because they're actually very happy for anything you want to throw out there. But of course, we don't actually know what it's going to be.
Right.
So that makes improvisation quite complicated.
Right. It has to be within certain parameters.
Yeah, because you really don't know. If you knew, okay, we're going to be Skyping each other, and I'm too stupid to Skype my character, and in fact, I'm so stupid I can't even find my reading glasses, then I might be able to say something. But we in general don't know those things.
And you're before improvising with someone else, you're not getting
that's right.
And you know that rule of not putting a block up and continuing the conversation.
And I wonder if the improvisation continues over into the animation process, that if you have an idea for a scene and you're working with an actor, and an actor has an idea, or something occurs organically when you're in the process, will that change the way you approach the scene visually?
Oh, sure, absolutely. I mean, these guys are throwing out lots of fantastic stuff. And oftentimes, the script is the starting point.
Right.
And then you work the scene, and you get this fantastic gold that comes out of it, which is you get the substance of the scene, but not in the way that it's fantastic. It's much better.
Also text. Text, I don't know if you feel this way, but text is a very odd thing. I've done, I think, every phrase in this, including every word, at least 100 times, if not 1,000. But often with text, even if it's just a word, Dave, you never really get to the bottom of it. So a lot of actors, before wanting to move on and saying, hey, I did this twice, sorry, I covered every possible option. I said Dave twice. But a lot of actors really want to go through also every possible way of doing it. And sometimes one of those ways is actually preferable, or right, or more correct. And that's another reason why, although I don't necessarily, I'm not trying to say we're extremely reticent to try and add something. It's just that that can be more complicated than just making a clever phrase.
Right.
Because we may not have gotten to the bottom of what's already on the page.
Yes. Oh, thank you for learning the lady with the sign. It says 15 minutes on it. Yes. Thank you, John. Next question, please.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi,
Hello from China.
What's your name?
My name is Lynn. I'm from China,
Okay.
and I do eat octopus, just if you're wondering. But not when they are our pets, or when they're our friends, or both. Since you, like, more or less has already answered the question, so I will come up with a new question, which is for Benedict. So, what do you think is the major difference when you are performing in a adult movie like rated R or above, and with like PG-13 or PG movies?
Gentlemen, what's the difference when you're in adult movies as
One is happier in adult.
Is it even a consideration, or you just exist within the world? That's it?
I don't really think about the ratings. I don't understand them very well either. You know, you can chop someone's head off, all of their extremities, make a milkshake, and people go, yeah, it's good. But if you show part of someone's thigh or upper arm, we can have that. Oh, the arm. Yeah.
It's very strict in San Diego, Benedict. Very, very strict. I am actually flaunting the law right now. Yes, do we have another question? Yes, hello, sir. And
my name is David Bledsoe. I'm from Tampa, Florida.
Hi, David.
And I love the footage from the movie, but my friend and I noticed that there weren't any raccoons. And I was wondering if you were planning to put raccoons or other animals in the movie, maybe in sequels like Raccoons in Madagascar, something of that nature.
Any raccoon plans, gentlemen?
We hadn't thought of that. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Right on. We'll get one on that right now.
Yeah, if you head to the site here, Jeffrey Katzenberg will take your idea and pay you $1 million for it.
You might also take a look at Over the Hedge. It's a raccoon.
Oh yeah, the raccoon in it. Yeah. Hello, young lady.
Hi.
What's your name?
I'm Heidi. I'm also from Florida.
Welcome.
And I'm with the Free Patch Podcast. And we have a question mostly for Benedict. Basically, someone sort of asked it, or you sort of answered it before, but what's the different process for you in working on something animated like this versus a radio show where you not only have your co-workers with you, but also an audience?
That's kind of it. I'm struggling to think what
No, you kind of covered.
I kind of, yeah, I hate to say it, but I kind of have. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I think Mr. Cumberbatch was very erudite and covered it quite expertly before. So, you know,
Oh, poor guy. Do you want to ask something else?
yeah, you can ask something else. Yeah.
Ask what my shoe size is.
Sneak in a Sherlock question. Sneak in a Sherlock question.
Sorry, they're officially telling me I'm not allowed to ask about Sherlock, so I'll just say, what's your experience seeing all of us in public?
Okay, go on, sorry.
Will you come back for Sherlock next year?
Yeah. I see what you mean by come back here. I thought you meant come back as Sherlock. Possibly.
I think that's a tentative maybe. Do we have another question?
That's kind of hard to follow on. My name is Jonathan, and I'm from Phoenix.
Hi, Jonathan.
Tom, I don't know if you remember me. From a few years back.
Wait, hold up the wristband again? Yeah!
What's going on? You guys got a pass? What happened?
Just the con.
Oh, yeah? What happens in the con stays in the con.
All right,
Good to see you, Jonathan.
Good to see you too. All right.
Hey, come on! What is that? You gotta tell us.
All right, I'm going to give John and Benedict a break and direct this question to Simon, Eric, and Tom.
Okay.
Two-part question. When you started developing the movie, was it a conscious